everyone. I wanted to talk a little bit about something that is applicable to all of us, and that is the idea of creativity. So, I work with a lot of folks with mental health or addiction issues, and oftentimes the starting process of recovery is to balance your physical and mental health, your financial situation, and any relational issues like and rebuilding trust. But I oftentimes find that a casualty that we don't get to focus on often is spirituality and creativity. So I wanted to talk about creativity today. Basically, creativity is a form of self-expression, and it can benefit us in so many ways. I oftentimes work with folks and can even identify myself with having my creativity blocked or shut down, maybe because of what I was going through as well as what others experience. So, some folks I work with say it was never safe to feel creativity or like lean into it and let go. So, it is something we build a foundation with. There are other people that say, initially I was using substances to feel more creative, but then it ended up blocking that and I just became quite dependent. So it is about understanding how creativity has been in your life. And sometimes it's about getting back to what was really helpful, or, like I said, building from the ground up, which can be actually very exciting as well. So the goal in creativity is to think as far outside of the box as possible, to enjoy the process, to make mistakes, to get silly with it, and to really try not to perfect the process. It's creativity, so it's really about the art of letting go and experimenting. Now, for those in recovery, a lot of times when people start to reduce or practice abstinence, it can take about 3 to 6 months for cognitive functioning to improve. So if you're an individual that's within that range of about 3 to 6 months, creativity is a really great mechanism and strategy to rebuild and enhance your recovery process. I also find for those that can be tech dependent, creativity is the opposite of overconsumption. So if you're a person that's using your devices, social media, things like that way too much, the idea is to find a creative process outside of your phone and your television. So it's kind of about letting that go and focusing on music or nature, connecting to yourself through movement and expression, or connecting with others. So creativity is not about consuming too much, it's just about being present in the moment and letting go. What I really love about creativity is the ability to emotionally express ourselves and process some emotions that can be sticky. So a starting point for creativity is just to try a new or familiar experience. It can be through art or carving, painting, sculpting with Play-Doh, which you can get at the dollar store, dancing, writing. Oftentimes, I encourage my folks to start to paint because, again, we can go to the dollar store and just get some basic supplies and to try to paint a certain emotion that they're carrying, or something bold I ask is sometimes to paint a picture that takes you on a journey through your addiction. So that can be a really great way to start expressing yourself. It's not always through the narrative, but it's about accessing like a part of our mind that oftentimes gets shut down or blocked when we go through difficult things. Creativity is also about enhancing your self-esteem and confidence. It's really about self-discovery and introspection. So I think another great strategy for creativity is about diving deep into our internal world and exploring what our experiences have been like, the emotions that we carry that can feel sticky, or it's trying to tap into emotions that don't come easily, like joy or comfort. So writing is a really great way to become the person that you want to be. Writing can also help us to avoid relapse or notice when life has started to shift, so we could be vulnerable towards that. And writing can be a creative way to learn how to express yourself. So it can help you to find your boundaries, or it can help you to navigate difficult conversations with others in your life. Another great aspect of creativity is stress reduction, which is something I think we all could benefit from. So it can help you to get in touch with your emotions, and then the key piece is to release them from your body. Otherwise, we become a storage system for all the discomfort that we go through. So recently, I went back to dancing. It's a coping strategy. Of course, I do with friends, but I also do it a lot on my own in front of a mirror, because dancing can unlock your insecurities and confidence at the same time. Imagine that. It can also help you to safely elicit emotions and then express them outwards. So I really love dancing and, being vulnerable just with myself in the room. Other people are a bonus. So I think music therapy is a really great form of self-expression and creativity, if that's available to you. Another great thing about designating some time to be creative is people fear free time, especially when you're in recovery, when you have blocks of hours unaccounted for, because you're no longer thinking about obtaining or using or getting over the negative impacts of, say, drugs or gambling. You notice more time in your schedule. So it is about actually designating some of that for creative time, or if you're a busy person, like inserting that into your schedule as well. Another great benefit of being creative is sometimes that is what can connect us to other people, and building a sense of community and connection with others is vital to our survival these days. So creativity, like taking an art class or a pottery class, even like a jujitsu workshop, like these things can allow you to meet people who can be encouraging, inspirational, empathetic. So a big, encouragement is just to try out a workshop or two that you wouldn't normally sign up for this year, and see where it takes you. Another kind of interesting way to get into creativity, which may sound really strange, is to think about the people that you admire or envy. So sometimes there's people that we know in our communities, or those that we follow online, that we're like, man, I really like to pay attention to this person and see how creative they are. So there's something that we can take from that person that we admire. If you also look at some of the people that we envy, I think envy is actually a very helpful emotion. Although it can feel uncomfortable, envy oftentimes indicates an unmet need or desire. So it's something that we want, but we see in someone that we can't, we convince ourselves we can't have. So my encouragement to you is think about those that you envy and see if there's anything that you're holding yourself back from. Because I think that we're really great at convincing ourselves that we can't, when really we can. And we just have to sort of break through that invisible barrier. So if you have a person that you feel connected to that is very musical, there's an indication that there might be something there for you. And you don't have to do exactly what that person's doing, but maybe investing in an instrument, some shakers, anything to get you in a musical mood. So those are some sort of suggestions about creativity. If you are feeling mental fog, lethargic, like shut down, like you're needing some new coping strategies, I would definitely recommend thinking about and taking action on that process. Hope that was helpful today. That's all for now.